What's going on, people? It's your boy AnimeAnalyst, aka the Young Jiggy Ninja, and if you've been keeping up with the latest episodes of Boruto Naruto Next Generations, you know that Suigetsu has been following the actions of Shizuma's rebel group, and this includes the group stealing the 7 Mist Swordsman blades, where Suigetsu was scouting from outside of the building. Now, knowing Suigetsu, I know that he's an opportunist. Like, if he sees an opportunity for something, he's gonna go and take it. So just looking at this scene where he was watching outside the building that had all the 7 Mist swords, it had me thinking, why doesn't Suigetsu go in there and fulfill his goal of collecting all the blades by stealing them in this rare time that they're actually unlocked and accessible? And it had me feeling salty that right after this scene, it shows basically Shizuma and his group going in and taking all the 7 Mist Ninja Swords. And I'm like thinking like, man, these like Bobo, and I'm thinking like these ragtag dudes don't deserve to wield the legendary blades of the 7 Mist Ninja lineage. Like, and personally, I think it's just disrespectful to the previous wielders that we have seen in the series. Like, we got my boy legendary shinobi Zabuza Momochi, we got Kisame, we got Juzo, we got all these dudes that used to wield the swords, and this basically so disrespectful to see these bum Bobo the clown looking dudes wield the legendary swords that we have seen our favorite characters wield. Like, especially I was hurt when I saw the Executioner's blade being wielded by, like I said again, this Bobo the clown looking dude who just looked like, I was just like,
Koala bear with a
Template
shit.
And it just hurt me. I was just like, yo, Suigetsu, come in there and just mop the floor with these dudes, please. Since Suigetsu is one of my favorite characters, I see this as a perfect opportunity for his character, because it just like, we need more Suigetsu. We're going to they're in the Mist Village. It only makes sense to have Suigetsu like get the swords that he actually wanted. And I was sitting there just thinking like, why is this dude so relaxed about this situation? Like, if it was Shippuden Suigetsu, he would have been like, finally, my goal to get these swords can be achieved. And he would have like slid in there, like, and then he would have started fighting all the dudes and just turning into water and then just dodging all the attacks and taking all the swords. And probably he wanted Samehada the most, if I can recall, because he was trying to get Kisame's blade the whole time, even though he had the Executioner's blade. So I feel like he would basically have to take down Shizuma, which he said that he wanted to do, because he said Shizuma, his skills are alright, but he was mostly known for just making trouble, and he's saying they have no war experience, so they're scrubs. So I feel like Suigetsu, that would be an awesome little part in this anime if they actually made Suigetsu go in and just wipe the floor with these dudes. But this could be just Suigetsu, like, when people age, they grow out of stuff. Like Suigetsu, he was kind of young in Shippuden, so now that they're older, this kind of could be like, because I kind of forget, they really are older, like they're adult, like full adults now, so he might have a kind of a different mindset. But the only explanation other than that I could have for him not taking advantage of this situation is that Orochimaru ordered him not to interfere. And there could be a possibility that he doesn't want to interfere because it could create a potential conflict between the mist and the sound if Suigetsu's involvement became public, considering that there's this dude who has affiliation with the sound stealing the 7 Mist Ninja Swords. Even though he's a native to the area, that still will create a big conflict, because there's this dude from the sound basically having malicious intent versus the mist. So I mean, that could be the bigger picture, considering that you can't really just do reckless stuff like that, and he has to think about that, because that would put Orochimaru in the hot seat, considering one of his men is trying to steal the swords. But I feel like if Suigetsu could just do it covertly, like, he'd be alright. Like, I really want to see him get the swords. It's just I just have a strong liking for the character. But I'm glad Suigetsu is on the same page in terms of me when it comes to thinking about these dudes and how they're scrubs, because it's just weird seeing these dudes who don't even look that powerful and just look mad scrubby just taking these swords like they're nothing, because all the basically past 7 Mist Ninja Swordsmen, like, they were savages. They look like savages too, and they just look cool as hell. But these dudes just look like some run-of-the-mill, like, just some clowns. Like, But Suigetsu does entrust Mitsuki with the task of crushing Shizuma for him, which makes me feel somewhat better, considering he's like, yo, you can just crush Shizuma for me. But still, I would have preferred if Suigetsu like came in and just decimated all of them and lived up to his moniker as the second coming of the demon. So I would have preferred if Suigetsu actually did it himself, but knowing that he doesn't want to get involved and Orochimaru doesn't want any involved, he even told Mitsuki that it would be bad if they found out Mitsuki's affiliation to the sound and he was involved in this situation. So it's clearly like some kind of just some avoiding troubles type of deal. So I even think that Suigetsu could have helped the Mizukage. You know how they have Chojuro tied up right now, and I feel like Suigetsu, he could have possibly came in and helped the Mizukage and kind of reconciled with his homeland. Maybe that could have been a possibility. That seems kind of out of character, considering Suigetsu just kind of on his own type of flow. But hey man, I wanted to see Suigetsu fight these dudes. But also, I want to say that Suigetsu and Mitsuki's relationship is pretty funny, and it's like Suigetsu is an older brother to him, and it just makes me laugh. As it's been since Mitsuki first got shown in it was like a little mini manga they have for Mitsuki, where he like took on his own path away from the sound. So it's been developing since then, but I'm liking these hit and miss. This hit and miss arc is pretty entertaining to me, and I love the hit and miss village. It's probably my second favorite village next to the Cloud, and I just like the 7 Mist Ninja Swords, and I like the swordsmen. My favorite swords, 7 Mist Ninja Swords, are the Kiba swords. They're twin swords. They're also called like thunder swords. So those are my favorite 7 Mist swords. Tell me what your favorite 7 Mist Ninja Sword is down in the comments below, and how do you think that Suigetsu should have approached this situation? Do you agree with me, or do you feel like he was right in terms of just watching and letting the new generation like do whatever they're doing? So if you like the video, please leave a like. Be sure to comment your favorite 7 Mist Ninja Swords down in the comments below, and subscribe if you're not subscribed. Also turn on notifications if they're not already on, so that you don't miss a video. It's your boy AnimeAnalyst, the young Jiggy Ninja. I'm out of here. Peace.